What if the life you envied online was a lie devouring its maker? Ever asked yourself, who's really pulling the strings in I Am Sophie's glossy world? Watch all the way through and the veil will be lifted. The analysis of newly released videos finally will reveal the unsettling truth at the heart of this show.
In the depths of YouTube, beyond the reach of trending lists and popular feeds, exist channels so strange and frightening that they challenge everything we know about the world around us.
Hi, my name is Mark, and I'm the host of the Scary Mysteries videos channel, where darkness and mystery come to life in every video that becomes the subject of our story. And today, we'll be talking about the I Am Sophie project, one of the most frightening, ambitious, and expensive indie projects in the history of YouTube. This show, which incorporates elements of creepypasta, an alternate reality game, and a web series, is a truly multi-layered puzzle with a dizzying timeline, a real challenge for even the most sophisticated internet detective. There are a lot of storylines in this show, and beyond the main YouTube channel, the project uses x.com, Instagram, and websites to expand the narrative and offer viewers additional clues. For this reason, I postponed creating a video about I Am Sophie for a very long time. Covering this entire mass of information in one video seemed like an almost insurmountable task. However, the project's creators left me no choice, breaking their years-long silence a couple of weeks ago and releasing two, in my opinion, incredibly important videos, as well as an equally important Instagram post, which we simply must discuss today. However, we'll talk about the content of these materials at the end of this video. For now, I'd like to focus on why I find this new content so significant. The fact is that, despite its resounding success, I Am Sophie suffered the fate of many ambitious endeavors of that time. Due to production problems, the COVID pandemic, and the associated logistical difficulties, the creators were unable to fully complete the project and closed it down in 2021, leaving the ending, let's say, open to interpretation. The gaping plot holes and ambiguity, naturally, spurred viewers to create countless theories, which at one point even forced Tom Ransom, the creator of I Am Sophie, to hold an additional questions and answers session for fans. However, in my opinion, Tom's answers only exacerbated the situation, shrouding the project's plot in an even thicker fog. For this reason, the community continues to analyze the old videos to this day, constructing increasingly complex theories about the hidden meanings embedded in the series. I haven't remained on the sidelines of this process either, and over time, I've developed my own logically sound and consistent version of events. Therefore, today, I won't be retelling the entire series in detail, and besides, that's simply impossible to do within a 15-minute video. Instead, I'll focus on my interpretation, and here comes a drum roll. The recent video, Awakening, coupled with a short clip and a cryptic message on Instagram, doesn't just hint at, but screams about its validity. But for those who crave a complete immersion, I highly recommend checking out the 4-part meticulous analysis of I Am Sophie by the inimitable Nightmind. You'll find the links in the pinned comment. However, I assure you, in my video, I won't miss a single significant detail. And moreover, I'll try to construct a coherent linear chronology of events from this chaos. So, the curtain rises. Launched in 2020, the I Am Sophie project instantly captured the attention of thousands of viewers with its incredible scope. The series is based on the glamorous vlog of Sophie, an English millionaire's daughter and young influencer whose life is a never-ending carnival of luxury cars, pretentious monologues about success, and exciting adventures with her friend Plum. At times, The project's creators present this ostentatious luxury in such a grotesque way that Sophie's lifestyle begins to look completely absurd and unappealing, provoking disgust rather than admiration in viewers. Moreover, over time, cracks begin to appear beneath this gloss. Mysterious messages and ghost-like frames are somehow inexplicably embedded in the video, as if signaling a dark secret hidden behind the scenes of this dazzling show. However, as it turns out later, the socialite's vlog was only the final act of the unfolding drama. And since we've decided to follow the chronology strictly, we should start not with Sophie's shining world, but with the video diary of Lara, another key figure in this story, who appeared on the scene somewhat later. Lara is the complete opposite of Sophie. She doesn't bathe in luxury, living in a modest London home with her father, David, whose work is connected to a certain corporation called Croteus Industries. Lara's mother died many years ago, and she doesn't seem to have a boyfriend, so she leads a secluded life, enjoys computer games, and runs a modest YouTube channel where she shares her views on life and sometimes makeup tips with people. Please, excuse me, but now I'll make a small lyrical digression here. It's important for the overall understanding of the picture. So, now, reflecting on the connection between Lara and Sophie leads me to conclude that, in reality, Sophie was most likely Lara's sister, who tragically died in a plane crash. This isn't an obvious fact, but rather my hypothesis based on hints in Sophie's first video, where she calls herself a friend, a daughter, and a sister, and also on several unexpected, disturbing scenes showing a plane crash, which appear in both Sophie's vlog and videos from Lara's channel. Naturally, a logical question arises: how could the ghost of a deceased sister return to the world of the living? And it's this intriguing and mystical aspect of the story that we will discuss next. Meanwhile, in the depths of the mysterious Croteus Industries, another storyline unfolds. Mark, a talented programmer working for this company, creates an arcade game in his spare time, with the provocative title A Guide on How to Be Young, Rich, and Powerful. The main character of this creation is a faceless girl. Her appearance consists of just a few pixels, and she herself resembles a blank canvas, ready to take any form. But the most interesting thing is hidden in the code. Mark, by his own admission, embeds something absolutely insane in the game, a malicious program, hidden under the unpretentious name algorithm. Jumping ahead a bit, I'll say that, according to the creator's intention, this program acted like a virus and penetrated the deepest depths of human consciousness, where it awakened hidden fears, traumas, and dark memories, turning them into tools of manipulation. Like a puppeteer pulling strings, the algorithm poisoned the very essence of a person, forcing them, as if under hypnosis, to commit terrible acts and self-destructive actions on both a physical and psychological level. The victim became a puppet in the hands of the ruthless program, gradually losing control over their own will and mind. Mark sends the game for testing to his former colleague, Simon, who, in turn, is friends with Lara and helps her with the release of her vlog. However, the timing was extremely unfortunate. Simon, angry and clearly experiencing an existential crisis, gets drunk alone in his apartment, since no one wanted to keep him company that evening. It seems that Lara also declined Simon's invitation to spend time together, which only exacerbated his growing feeling of resentment. Feeling betrayed and undervalued by those he, in his words, selflessly helped, Simon, as if succumbing to a malicious intent, anonymously sends the installation file to Lara, suggesting she do a review of the game. Lara starts the game and records several vlogs about it, while the malicious code she launched becomes an instrument of sophisticated manipulation. The algorithm, likely awakening in Lara the memory of her deceased sister, gradually transforms the faceless game character into a copy of Sophie, which causes Lara to tear up several times during streaming. Using the image of her sister, the program begins to manipulate Lara, forcing her to commit acts that contradict her morals. In one video, at the request of the girl from the game, she steals money from her father, and in another, now deleted from YouTube, she kills an animal. Furthermore, under the influence of the program, Lara begins to experience strange visions in which a creature named Hate comes to her. The situation deteriorates to such an extent that Lara cannot be alone in her room, recording one of the last video blogs outside. Simon, observing Lara's metamorphoses in her video blogs, realizes the monstrous potential of the algorithm. Succumbing to some internal impulse, which the series creators chose not to reveal to the viewer, he develops a virtual model of Sophie based on the program, cynically offering it to Chloe, the manager of his former company, Croteus Industries. At the same time, Simon keeps silent about the fact that the true architect of the base program is Mark, claiming the credit for himself. Simon's plan, at first glance, seems harmless: to provide the user with the opportunity to feel like a member of high society and immerse themselves in a virtual world, where they can interact with an ideal friend named Sophie, successful, rich, and glamorous. But the devil, as always, lies in the details. As a physical prototype for the digital avatar, Simon uses the appearance of the deceased Sophie and, as a psychological basis, the personality of Lara, fed to the program, probably in the form of recordings of her video blogs. It's as if he's creating a digital chimera sewn together from the fragments of the two sisters. Based on Simon's development, Croteus Industries creates a chip called Glaucus, designed for invasive implantation directly into the skull, guaranteeing the user complete immersion in a world of dreams and glamour. A separate video filmed by a prankster named Max tells of a sinister experiment with Glaucus. After receiving the chip in the mail, Max, in pursuit of shocking content, sticks Glaucus into the head of a random homeless person, turning him into a guinea pig in his cynical performance. It shouldn't be forgotten that the chronology of I Am Sophie is a game of hide and seek with the viewer. So, those very videos that were uploaded to the channel at the very beginning conclude this story. In them, Sophie acts as the central character, and a certain Plum, presumably a client of Croteus Industries, enjoys the company of her virtual friend. As noted earlier, the content of these videos is a story about the life of an eccentric rich girl who runs a video blog about her luxurious lifestyle. However, the idol of the virtual world comes under threat. It seems that Lara's psychological imprint, poisoned by Mark's algorithm and embedded in the simulation by Simon, begins to play its own game, gradually taking control of the virtual reality. This manifests itself in the form of frightening anomalies. Footage of Lara sitting in her room starts to appear sporadically in Sophie's vlog episodes. Moreover, her house appears in the simulation, like a malignant tumor in the code, a kind of visual embodiment of a system failure. To investigate these incidents and fix the error, Croteus Industries immerses Mark and Chloe in the simulation, sending them along with Plum and Sophie to Lara's house. This expedition into the heart of the program anomaly is the subject of the video My #1 Super Crazy Fan, where Plum and Sophie, accompanied by Mark and Chloe, go to Lara's house to conduct a fun investigation to find out who this mysterious stranger is who intrudes on Sophie's recordings. Presumably, the plan was that, while Plum and Sophie distract attention, Mark and Chloe, as digital surgeons, would fix the error on the spot. Nevertheless, the attempt to eliminate the glitch turns into a disaster. Lara and the algorithm somehow gain the upper hand, completely subjugating the simulation. Mark's mind, unable to withstand the onslaught, breaks, and he goes insane, becoming a prisoner of the virtual world himself. Returning to her house, Sophie is attacked by Mark and the algorithm, which appears to her in the guise of a terrifying creature named Hate, with a face stitched together from scraps of human flesh. Pursued by them, she finds herself in a hidden, tilted room, the lair of the algorithm, where it, together with Lara and the maddened Mark, capture Sophie and brutally deal with Plum. The final goal of Lara, poisoned by Hate, is symbiosis, emerging with Sophie into a single whole, complete control of the simulation. She craves to appropriate the life of the rich and successful woman, as if wearing someone else's skin, turned inside out. So, I have presented you with my interpretation, my vision of events. Of course, I acknowledge the possibility of error. The creator's intentions could have been anything else. However, 2 weeks ago, like a bolt from the blue, 5 years after the official closure of the project, a 10-minute video appeared on the I Am Sophie channel, which, in my opinion, dotted almost all the I's and crossed all the T's in that show, completely confirming my version. Judge for yourselves, and be sure to share your opinion in the comments, if I'm mistaken. But I see in it the real Lara, whose consciousness, distorted by the malicious code, is completely destroyed. She seems to have reached the lowest level of personal degradation. At the request of a certain person off-screen, a psychologist or psychiatrist, to talk about her pain, Lara utters an incoherent stream of words, interspersing it with attempts at self-harm and smearing blood on her face. On the one hand, the recording resembles the confession of a psychiatric patient, and I'm inclined to believe that it is. On the other hand, Lara's behavior completely echoes Mark's behavior at the moment, when the algorithm was driving him crazy like a virus affecting the brain. And, as if in mockery of the real Lara's torment, simultaneously with the 10-minute video, a short clip appears on the channel, and on the project's x.com account, a photograph that leaves no doubt. The virtual Lara, having achieved complete victory, has seized power in the simulation. Now she leads that very luxurious life that Sophie flaunted so much in her glamorous video blog. The circle is complete. So, I've laid out my version of the events for you, trying to weave together all the threads of this tangled story. I hope it struck you as convincing. Many researchers who undertook the analysis of I Am Sophie before me, confused by the little screen time the show's writers have given her, overlooked the key figure, Plum. It is she, I believe, who is the connecting link, the logical bridge between Sophie's glamorous virtual world and the mundane reality where Lara lives. Without understanding Plum's role, without realizing her function, it is easy to get lost in the labyrinth of debates about the nature of Sophie's video blog. Is it a simulation or a reflection of reality? Furthermore, I am eagerly awaiting further developments on the I Am Sophie channel, which, it seems, has resumed its activity. The new videos will likely allow us to finally clarify the remaining ambiguities and confirm or refute the assumptions presented here. And of course, as soon as new information appears, I will immediately share it with you here on the Scary Mysteries Videos channel. The denouement is near. I feel it. Stay tuned. More mysteries lie ahead, and we still have enough light with us to break through the most impenetrable darkness hidden in the depths of the internet. Subscribe to Scary Mysteries videos right now. Immerse yourself in the unknown and become part of the revelation. Uncover the hidden